Well, hello from Hong Kong. I think today is the 29th of December. Kind of playing with some stuff here about my dump loads. Right now I'm at 28.7, and if I go up now, I've got my TriStar 60, it's number 2, which is in diversion load, and I've got right now it's burning off at 29.6 volts, which means I'm putting in 2.7 amps at 67 watts. So I'm using 2% of the PWM of the controller for the dump load. And I just kind of wanted to, I hooked up one of my, the backup emergency. This is the 1,800 watt dump load resistor, because I'm going to have a relay that's going to go between this and a 1,800 watt or three 600 watt elements in parallel to get the 1,800 watts, because that's what these burn off. So right now, the wood here is, I got 16 degrees C, and right now the resistor is at 30 degrees C. So, I mean, it's warm. I think I've got to tighten this up. I've never used one this large, but I've got that high frequency that's coming out. So it's kind of interesting. I've got the green flashing light there, which means it is dumping, and as we saw from the controller, and just kind of still wanted to, it's at 28, 29, 30, 30.4, 30.9, 31, slowly increasing. But anyway, now this is burning off, because right now the batteries are fully charged. Batteries are absolutely charged. So now what I need to do is, using MS View and that, I need to go in and start getting these set up, so then I can start to finish the rest of the system. Because as of right now, before right now, as of yesterday, just the charge controller was actually just cutting off, and that. So at 29.6, go up into absorb, and then it should be 29.7, I think, or 29.4. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm setting up. I got too many numbers in my head right now, but I have to go in, and I'm going to go through the TriStar setup, and I'm going to set this in, because all my dip switches are going to be set at custom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up through the software to make them work. So so it's holding. I got the flashing green light on the morning star. So while that's maintaining the batteries in a float state, this dump load is now, it's starting to get pretty toasty. And again, it's early. I think it's only about 10 o'clock in the morning. And see, again, it's still staying about 31. Because again, it is cold here. It's 15. It was down to 9 degrees C last night. It's a little bit too cold for me. So 31, 31.4, 31.5, 31.7. We got up to 32. So I mean, it is burning it off. But now again, these are just for my backup. So if the water is hot in the tank, so because it's not a hot water heater, because you don't need to heat hot water, it's already hot. So when you're in that situation, I'm going to have a temperature set relay So when the temperature gets up, the relay will kick on and dump off to these. So then these will burn off anything. And I think it should work, because now I have not run the wires. The wires are going to come down over here and over here for the dump loads to go down below. And that. But it's big. It is. It's huge. But it works, and I don't like that frequency though. I don't know if you can hear that. So I'll have to talk to the factory, because I don't want noisy resistors. I want silence. I want to hear the ocean. I want to be on the bow and want it to sound just like I'm putting a conch shell up to my ear. I want to hear the ocean. So, but, okay, so still at 33. But anyway, it is working, and I sent off an email to Calb this morning to get a time I can call, so I'm going to wait for that. So that's why I've been doing this. Kind of making the best use of my time. But it's getting there. Everything's varnished. It looked really nice. I'll have to take a picture of that later. But I wonder it's not too hot. I sure can. Let's get that in. That's in there. It'll be good for now. But here I can kind of show you. And there she is. And it's kind of sunny, shiny, but it looks good. It's a good-looking cabinet. I think it looks like it grew there. I truly do. I just need to get the little tin house statue in there. Little red light. Very, very Chinese vessel, but very modern. And I don't like that frequency. I don't like that frequency at all. That's very, very annoying. I mean, but it's working. It's working just fine. But even if I bolted that down, I mean, I've got my weight on it, and it still has that frequency. Yes, maybe if I tighten up these end nuts here a little bit more. But I'm not liking that whatsoever, because I mean, it's a ceramic resistor. All right, well, I'm gonna dive into this, and actually, because I've got a second one. Yeah, I do. I have a second one. I'm gonna try the second one and see what happens, but just don't like that sound. I want silence. I want the system to be absolutely silent. All right, guys. Well, that's what's going on. Be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. All right, okay. It's me again. I'm back. Okay, now, it's only been a couple minutes, but while it was in absorb, now I'm able to see that the battery now is floating at 27.5, 27.56 on the battery monitor here. So right now, I'm only using like 1.8 amps, as I just have this on the radio. Computer is not on right now. I have the lights on in the engine room and that, so I'm not using a lot of power. So right now I've just got a positive almost 200 milliamps going into it, but we're staying at a really happy float stage, 27.5. Batteries at 17. Batteries over here. It says it's 16C. So, but now that I'm in float, I'm not getting any more of that frequency, because again, the float. Let's go to the dump load. Right now it's again 0 amps, 0 watts. Batteries at 27.5. So Too many dials, too many numbers. Okay, it's my system. Okay, charge controller. Alright, yeah, so I'm just staying in float. So I'm going to have to definitely talk to the factory to figure out about that frequency. Need to eliminate that. I can't have that. Never used, again, a resistor that large at 1,800 watts. So, and that sound is not what I want to hear. Silence is golden. Okay. Well, that's what's going on with testing out these dump loads. Now I'm going to start changing some settings. Again, I'm going to go reset the controllers, get it back up, see how that works. In fact, if I go, kind of had it. God, doesn't that look good? While he's in float, figure I'd see how warm it would get inside there. But now if I turn off the dump load, and I need to isolate our panels, turn off control. Alright, energize it, get it thinking. Alright, so batteries are green. Alright, so we got power going to it. Alright, so now you just heard it go click, click. And so we're... Oh, I've got... Okay, I've got a green and a red flashing. I need to figure out why. Okay, oh, it was cycling through. That's all. Okay, so now what I've done is I've taken these cables off. I've taken the cables off, flipped it around, but no, it's still making that frequency buzz. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, because this is 16 mm wire, so I mean, this is, I don't know what, it's like a 1.5 feet, less than 2 feet. So definitely got more. This will handle more than 60 amps. And then, okay, so we're back into float. But I gotta figure out what my error is here. So green to red, green to red. Alright. I'm gonna go check out my manual. See what that's all about. Now if I turn that off, well, here, let's reset the system. Let's reset the system one more time. Okay. Alright, so right now I have no fault. I have a green light. So let's turn power back on. Okay, I've got solar panels feeding in. Okay, now it should be in a float, or over. Okay. Perhaps it was a communication. Okay, so it's working fine. And this is dumping, but again, that frequency, that's horrible. And it is nice. So I've got that's 16 mm there, but to go a distance with 60 amps, definitely need at least 25 mm. And that, which I think is like what, one gauge AWG. Yeah, I don't like that. But the controllers are doing what they should, and that's just on the dip switches right now. Everything is off of the dip switches. And again, I don't remember the exact voltages that for these to go on and off. Because these two are, this is the pair. So whatever comes in this will dump the excess instead of turning off. Then the wind turbines that are up, they should, in a perfect world, with perfect wind, I could get up to 30 amps, actually 25 amps, 25 because it's 600 watts. 900 watts peak, it says, max peak. And so again, that would be 1,800 watts. This is 1,800 watts, plus the 3% of loss you get through wire, and that I'm definitely going to have. So then this will go to another one of these for a backup. So I'll have two backups, plus I'll have the two water heating elements as the main. This is the backup if those fail or the water temperature gets too hot. But I doubt that would ever happen. I doubt that would ever happen. And that. So it's early morning. We've got good sunshine out there. Both my LEDs are on. So, but it is dumping. I'm going to let this run for a couple hours. See how the sound. I don't know, they're brand new, but if they got a frequency like that, you know, in the summertime, when we've got just sunshine right over the top of me for several hours during the day, that will be annoying. Especially if it's on a Saturday and go over to Stanley Bay or Deepwater Bay or something. Got to turn up the music really frickin' loud so you don't hear that. But I do like my music loud. Okay, well that's what's going on. I'm gonna have to see, and I'll talk to the factory about what to do to make this more silent. Okay, well I got the other phone calls and emails and stuff to send out, but all right. That's what's going on for testing some dump loads and testing the dump load controllers. All right, guys, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. All right, hey, it's just after 12 here on the 29th of December. You know, I'm still got, you know, just over 1 amp that's going in and charging the batteries. And the other stuff, after, you know, what I'm using and what my dump load is here. So right now it's a constant dump at 29.6, and again, I haven't reset anything, so let's go to dump load 1, or charge 1. So I've got a total of 6.6 amps coming in, and as the batteries are pretty full. So I'm still in the absorb. I haven't changed my absorb time, how many hours and all that, but I did contact the factory, and the factory had said, and I hope the light adjusts here because it's really bright here. I talked to the factory, and I've been trying to tighten. They said that this, it's not a fully threaded, what do you call it in America? I hear them say it on YouTube. It's called all thread or something like that. We just call it threaded rod. But it's a solid piece, and it's only got, they said it's probably about 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters of thread on it. You know, they cut it depending on the size. They've got different sizes. But anyway, what's happening is, again, this is because of the pulse going into it. This is what's creating that frequency. And so I'm going to need to somehow change this. And I think I'm going to get a large pipe or something. I've got to get something. But I can make it quiet. It's something that I can take care of. Because it's the pulse of this that's creating that frequency from that pipe, just its vibration and the pulse. So that's something I'll worry about later. But as of right now, it's 60 C, which is 140.9 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and it's been on for a while. I know, about an hour. And it keeps dumping. So I know that my system will work. I will be, when my batteries are charged, that this dump load is going to continue to allow power to come in from those solar panels and go and make hot water. So again, now this is 1,800 watts, and I'll have 1,800 watts. So inside the tank, it will be making, or turning water to 140 degrees, Fahrenheit. And so just over the course of a day, I should be able to fill up a tank of water. As I believe it's a 120 liter tank. I'd have to go look at the conversion for what that is in gallons. But at least that's, and I have 2 of those, because then if I got the wind turbine, if I'm making wind power and that, I got some good hot water from my access. And then at nighttime, then I'll be using from just the full battery bank. And then charge it right back up in the morning. So right now the system is coming together. The planning that I've had, the hardware and the kit that I want to do, it's slowly getting there. I just need to get these things so I can get everything communicating through the network and through that MS view. But it's coming along good. So it's really bright outside. Alright, and then I still have to talk to that factory yet, and Calb, I'm waiting to find out what they have in the warehouse. They actually have to have somebody physically go and look, and then they will get back to me. Okay, well, the dump load system's working, and that's a good thing. Alright guys, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye.